morning, everybody. Welcome to Vista Ventures. I'm Caleb, and thanks for joining me. Today, I'm back up in the Quehanna wilds. I'm now on the Quehanna Trail. I'm here again with Dan from Backpacking Adventures. Mid-October, we're starting here at Parker Dam State Park, kind of at the main trailhead. We're going to be doing this loop counterclockwise, which is the way both Dan and I usually do it. We're hoping that there's going to be some decent foliage change, but it does look like a lot of the leaves are already off the trees up here. Just, I don't know how dry it was this year. It seems like the leaves just turned and then immediately fell off, but definitely a frosty start here starting out. We had high 20s when we got out of the car here, so we're kind of bundled up here at the start of the trip. Weather for the trip, the first half is looking great. First 2 days should be excellent, but then after that it looks like Sunday and Monday are going to be just pouring rain the whole time, so we'll definitely be looking forward to that. Probably be a little bit of type 2 fun sort of action, but really hoping to get out here, hopefully see some elk on this trail, and just have a great trip out here in the fall PA wilds.
Did you tilt my phone?
No, I didn't. Why would I tilt your phone? You clearly set it up like a tard. Did you look at your shot even when you set it up?
I used the level.
Oh, look at it. Looks horrible. It's like we're on a boat.
Well, you did it, because it was level.
All right, guys, 12:30. Dan and I just got lunch wrapped up for the day there. In about 9 miles. And then we're planning on camping at around 18, so about halfway done for the day. Weather's been nice, finally warming up a little bit. I will say we got a little chilled there, a little chilled sitting there. It was funny, Dan's like, oh, we should stop back here like 200 yards earlier and sit in the dirt. I'm like, okay. I'm like, or we could just walk a little bit further and sit on that nice bridge, which ended up being great for me, not so good for Dan. He first tried to fall in the stream, getting tripped up by a piece of the wire hanging off the bridge. Then he about takes a header into the water, leaning on this limb. And then finally, the same piece of metal that about tripped him tried hard to rip a hole in his backpack. So Dan had a very eventful lunch, but fortunately for me, that was not the case. So we are going to hammer out this next 9 miles and hopefully make her to camp about 5:30 or so. All right, guys, it's 4:30. Dan and I just made it here to camp. Made really good time this afternoon. I really figured it was going to be about 5:30 till we got here, but we really were able to pick up the pace there. There is water here at this campsite, kind of here behind me. There's actually been water there every time that I've done this trail. It's here at about the 17.8 mile mark or so. But we did cam up with a little bit of 2 liters, the last water source there, just to be certain that we would have water when we got here. And then we've got, Dan's gonna string up between those 2 trees there, and then I'm gonna string my hammock up over there. So we'll be back once we've got camp set up.
You might not like it because if it didn't have, let me see it. No corn chips in it?
No.
I don't understand that. Because you usually have a gravy to put in it to give it that flavor.
A gravy? It's soup. What are you putting gravy in
mix it in
soup for?
A lot of their meals have it, and it's the same gravy. Like chicken or something, or turkey flavor, but for some reason it works.
Huh.
I would like to get a good macaroni and cheese.
Thing you can count on Dan saying on every trip. You know,
Did I say that?
Yeah. You know, if you get an enlightened equipment rain jacket, you just get the same size as your down jacket. And then, boy, I could go for a good macaroni and cheese every single time.
Almost like I'm gonna go to bed hungry.
What else is new? You're just picking up where you left off last time.
I mean, I'm not starving, but like this didn't fill me up. I don't understand.
Well, the good news is you have your cookie to put peanut butter on.
Yeah, I don't have peanut butter.
Oh.
Forgot it. I don't want to talk about it.
That cookie looks like it'd be good with peanut butter.
It would. Oh man. I can't believe I forgot it. Man. I haven't been on a trip without peanut butter in years. Not to say I ate it every time, but I was never without it. It was always there to comfort me.
A comfort food.
It's nice to have peanut butter, isn't it?
It is pretty nice to have peanut butter. Yeah, Dan really screwed up on this trip. I don't know what he was thinking. He's been having a rough go of it so far. His knees swollen up over there. He's trying to take a header in the water a couple times a day. But most importantly, he forgot his peanut butter.
I did.
And he's been emotionally devastated ever since he realized he forgot his peanut butter. So of course I've been reminding him how great it is to have peanut butter, and he really appreciates that.
First trip in a long time in years that I didn't have peanut butter with me. It's worse than my knee.
The lack of peanut butter?
Yeah, you probably can't even see it, but there's a big
bulbous
swelling. And when I go like this, it crunches. Is that good? Look right there. It's like crunching, popping, and snap, crackle, and popping. Whatever.
You'll be fine. Yeah, tonight for dinner, for me, I had the Packet Gourmet Ostentatious Tortilla Soup. This was the first Packet Gourmet anything I've ever had. It was actually really good. Dan was saying, I guess they used to have a lot more like stuff you had to assemble, but I guess they must just put it all in it now because this is all that it came with.
Yeah, that's all I can think of. Because they had a separate packet of the tortilla chips with the cheese in it. Some kind of gravy mixture you had to put in it. And then a packet of lime if you wanted to use that. And the lime made it really good. But I guess...
Yeah, I don't know.
To lower costs, they're probably just putting stuff in it.
Putting everything in there. Yeah, it was really good. It had a nice little bit of bite to it, so yeah, it was very good. I got a couple different ones of these I'm going to be mixing in here over the next several trips just to kind of mix in with the peak refuels that I've got an overabundance of at home. Dan, what did you have? The chicken Alfredo peak refuel, and he was kind of disappointed. It seemed
well,
like
it's really good.
It seemed like there wasn't as much in there as there normally is.
It just seemed like it was like half a
serving.
They had the fettuccine Alfredo, and it was like 10 spoonfuls, and I went through it.
By the time, I think I'd eaten like a third of my soup.
And his food was done before mine. Like his was done cooking.
Blew
like
through
usual.
it all.
I don't know.
By the time I was done with mine, Dan ate that, his cookie, less peanut butter, and
a beef stick.
A beef stick, in that order.
And I could eat more. I mean, it's not like I'm starving. It's just that this didn't fill me up. And I just seem to think the last time I had it, it was like there was more. You know, I got a lot of Advil if you need it.
I see that. It's probably important when you're a more elder statesman.
I rarely use it. It's like lasts me a year.
Yeah.
I haven't used any of it this year yet.
All right, guys, we got all the nightly chores and everything pretty much wrapped up here. The only thing we've got left to do is hang the food. We got the bear line and everything already hung, but really good day. Made some good mileage. Made it right to where we planned on camping. So tomorrow, plan is we'll probably get up, I don't know, 5 o'clock or so. Try to be on trail right at daybreak. We got a big mile day tomorrow. Probably gonna push at least a 20 because it looks like Sunday there's going to be some pretty heavy rain come in at some point during the day there. So I'm going to try to get as much mileage behind us tomorrow as possible while we've got nice weather, so we're not just slogging through the wet. So hopefully once Dan gets done finishes smoking in his peace pipe here, we're going to crawl in the hammocks and then just hang out until dark. So that, guys, good night. We'll see you in the morning. All right, good morning, everybody. Day 2 here on the Quehanna Trail. I think Dan and I both slept really good last night, other than, I guess, we got in the hammocks maybe about 7 o'clock. Until I got everything charged, it was about 8 o'clock, and then I was in here for the evening. I put earplugs in because I didn't want to listen to Dan snore over there. And then lo and behold, he says he doesn't snore. And then I guess at about 11:30, there was some trail runner comes by, and we're set up like just off of the trail here, and I guess they come blasting through here and blinded Dan, woke him up, startled him. He's very scared. He was wondering what they were running from, maybe what they were running to. He doesn't know. But he asked me the first thing, he's like, "Did you hear that trail runner come through at 11:30 last night?" I'm like, I had no idea. I was out.
I used some expletives.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, there were some. It wasn't PG rated, so I was like, but I was like, no, I was out. So, and then lo and behold, I guess it rained a couple times. He said that too, and then of course, the tarp's wet, so I guess I believe him. Despite the Garmin telling us there was 0% chance, so that was always a plus. So the plan is for today, we're gonna try to get packed up here to be on trail right at daybreak or just before. We both got up at 5. It's probably, I don't know, 5:40 or so now. 46 degrees, so we were good and toasty. I was rocking my 20-degree under quilt and then a 40-degree top quilt, which ended up being a really great combination. I think this is supposed to be the coldest night too, so it's supposed to be much warmer, tonight coming up, so that'll be good. The plan is get up, get on trail. We'll try to do at least a 20 today. Trying to camp over around, I think, Wyckoff Road, either on this side of it or the other side, kind of right in that area is the target to get to today, because tomorrow there's supposed to be a fair amount of rain, so we want to try to get as many miles behind us today as we can. Then I got the protein oatmeal, the Kodiak oatmeal, and then I've got some slivered almonds and some protein powder in there. And of course my Black Rifle coffee to get me started, which is really good. I think it's about 1,130 calories or so in this, so very filling to start the day here. So we're gonna get breakfast knocked out here, get camp broke down, and then get on the trail.
It'd be nice with peanut butter.
It would be really nice with peanut butter, wouldn't it, Daniel? All right, guys, just for 9:30, and I just had a little snack back there at the nice Vista on the Quehanna. Now we're using this Gifford Ridge trail. I feel like I've seen this trail before when we were doing like the Piper Loop, and maybe, can't remember if it was here the last time I did the Quehanna or not. It looks like it's pretty new. It's not even shown on any of the maps, but I remembered seeing it before, and then I remember seeing it on out here where we come up from that kind of crappy side hill and that you have to do down here where you just go through a bunch of rocks and stuff. Really slows you down. So I wanted to try this out. The only place that I've actually seen it is it shows up in Onyx backcountry. I'll throw the map up here on the screen so you can kind of get a lay of what it looks like on the ground. So what we're planning on doing is hopefully using this as kind of an alternate, just to maybe save some time. I think it is maybe 0.3 miles further, but so far it's been nice and level and no rocks or anything up here, so I think we're going to be able to make a little bit better time across here, and also just be able to see some different terrain, since Dan and I both done this section of the Quehanna multiple times. So if we get lost and horribly mangled, we'll just blame Dan. It was definitely his idea. All right, guys, 10:19. Dan and I just made it back down here to the Quehanna. hooked back up with it off of this Gifford Ridge trail. Gotta say, that was a really nice trail. Pretty much the 2/3 of it was really flat and cruisy. You could just zip out across there. And then the last half, we were just kind of coming down straight down the ridge. There were some cool rocks and stuff to check out. Really neat. I'd highly recommend that. There's still no real camping up there. You'd pretty much have to get back down here where there's a flat, and then you'd have some dry camping options. But definitely really glad that we did that. It took us about 50 minutes to zip out through there. But yeah, it's certainly much more scenic than the Quehanna route now. We'll say that it almost looks like that might have been the Quehanna at one time, because while the Gifford Ridge Trail is blazed yellow, you could see where it's painted over orange blazes pretty much the whole way. So I don't know if that was, you know, where the Quehanna goes now, if that was, you know, where it used to go before, or reroute, or what the situation was, but definitely a really nice hike out through there. Oh no! Oh, you almost made it, except you didn't. You might think to yourself, boy, this shot looks familiar. I feel like he already filmed that. There's a good reason for that. And you also might wonder, where's his backpack at? I get the whole way up to the top of this hill, and I go to film a shot while I'm waiting for Dan, and realized I forgot a key instrument here. For whatever reason, I felt the need to set this tripod down when I got done filming right against that tree, and proceeded to hike the whole way to the top of the hill without realizing it. So now we got this. Now I'm going to climb back up the biggest hill of the day, and then we will continue with the hike for today. Jeez, man. All right, it's 2 o'clock. Dan and I just got done having lunch here, the long-awaited lunch. Dan was getting very, very hangry. We stopped here. There's this nice campsite here with water right before you cross the Quehanna Highway. As near as we can tell from all the maps and apps and everything else that we're running, and even Dan's phone, because he didn't believe the first 2 sources. Somehow it claims we've only done like 10 and a half miles today, which does not seem right because we've been flying down the trail, but I don't know. I mean, we did lose like 40 minutes when some dum-dum had to go back and get their tripod, but still, I feel like we should have been, I don't know. Every time I do this trail, it seems like the first half of this day 2, for whatever reason, just takes a long time. But so we're going to get the packs on and then try to hammer out this last 10 miles. Alright guys, it's 6:30. Dan and I made it to where we're gonna end up camping tonight. It's about mile 20.5 or so. We are freaking beat. Today was a hard day. I don't know why. I felt like we were moving good, but I said to Dan, it felt like we were on a treadmill. Just no matter how fast we moved, we just weren't getting anywhere. We cameled up with a bunch of water down there at Jerry Run, and then ended up hiking up here. It's a dry camp, but this is gonna be our view tonight, which is really nice view out across there. Thought we might see some elk in there, but nevertheless, the hunt for the elusive Pennsylvania elk continues. So we are losing light fast, so we're gonna get camp set up and then get some dinner going. Alright guys, dinner's served here at the impromptu campsite, but I think it's definitely going to be nice. We each got everything set up here finally, and we got our food done. I got this Peak Refuel sweet pork and rice, which is absolutely amazing. It is just what the doctor ordered after a long day of hiking. So good. So I think the plan is we're going to get up at 4 a.m. tomorrow, so we're going to be on trail by 6. And we're just going to try to get basically as many miles as we can before the rain is supposed to start. You know, we're thinking around 4 to 5, depending on, you know, the weather forecast that we pulled down. So ideally we'd like to make it to where we can be camped at and kind of have things set up before it starts downpouring, because it sounds like we're going to get a pretty substantial amount of rain tomorrow. So if we could not have to set up all of our stuff in the rain, that would be ideal. But so we are going to get these calories in us, and then just kind of rack out here for the evening and rest up for the big day tomorrow. So we will see you guys in the morning.